Hey YouTubers, welcome back. Okay, so this is going to be the weekly energy reading for September the 18th. We are also having the new moon in Virgo on the 20th, which is at 1:30 Eastern Standard Time, and there will be 5 planets in Virgo. Now, the thing is that if you're in a different time zone, you will experience the new moon on the 19th, and I believe that is 4 planets that will be in Virgo. Okay? So there's intense energy that is approaching. I know that I feel it. My rising is in Virgo, and the energy is so intense that, like, I didn't get much sleep last night. Like, I feel fine, but it's like that energy overload is what I get, especially since Mercury rules Virgo, and I also have my sun sign in Gemini. So, yeah, major energy. Okay? So, this explains the light bulbs burning out, and I'm probably the one that's responsible for the internet connection. So, oh well. That's all sorted now. So, let's see what comes out here for this week with these relationships here. So the first card out here is calling in your soulmate, and as I was sorting the cards, this is the only card that actually flipped over while I was clearing the cards. So, your prayers, your affirmations, and your visualizations bring you together. Paying very close attention to what energy you're putting out, right? Because if you're putting out negative energy, which is worry, questioning your feelings, based off of the other person, not in communication with them, things of that nature, that's a negative energy because it's all about loving yourself first. Coincidentally, none ever. This is the second card to flip out here. So understanding that the energies which need to be lighthearted that you're putting out, that was the third one, is that your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Of course it does. But not in the old energy that I always talk about, which is that vanity, right? It's not about that. It's about respecting yourself, knowing your worthiness, knowing that another person does not validate you. They just don't. And the old projection screen was needing the other person to be doing something, saying something, or acting in a certain way in order for you to feel good. And then when they didn't, what happened? Well, you know that old story that just keeps playing over and over again. So now's the time to understand that the energy that you're putting out in regards to this other person, the lesson here is all about loving yourself first. It's about those lighthearted energies. The negative energy is what causes love and pain to feel as if they're associated when in fact they are not. That's just the belief system that we were, put in. And look around at the world today. It's all starting to unfold, and understanding that now in regards to how we've been viewing each other out of vanity, judging, not feeling good enough based off of what society made you believe is, attractive, things of that nature. So it's like understanding yourself on a deeper level, but clearing all of that out because it has nothing to do with you and how you should be feeling about yourself first and foremost, okay? So let's see what else comes out here in regards to this week's energies. Let your friends help you. Absolutely not. That's that old energy, okay? Understanding that. And I always say this, and I don't want to be misunderstood by this. I'm not trying to say that your friends don't have good intentions or that they're being malicious, but it's not seeing it through the right lenses, so to speak. So if you're questioning your friends about this other person or your connection with them or just yourself in general, the feedback isn't going to feed the high vibing feelings. It's just not, because it's not an understanding universally, so to speak, that it's not what they're seeing on the surface. It's what you're feeling internally. So they don't know how you're feeling in connection to this other person. They only see what's happening on the surface, which is the other person could be married. There's judgment there. Then there's also the fact that you're not in communication. Excuses are like assholes. Everybody has one. So you could hear that over and over, making excuses on why it couldn't work. And this is what causes the disconnect, energetically speaking, because now your energy and what you're focusing on is lack, replaying the same old over and over again in your mind on what happened. What happened, happened. It's over and done with. It's now understanding yourself in relation to that other person. This is why you can't stop thinking about them. This is why you can't stop that energy from pushing through, because it's an energy in connection from a heart space. This thing up here will tell you everything and why it's not real. Why? They're your feelings. The other person reflected that. It was a mirror. So understanding that the fear projected caused it to fall apart. But the feelings from here never stopped. There's your direct indicator. So this is that card that when it comes out, I'm like, don't do that. Go out with your friends, sure. But keep your feelings, in relation to another person, to yourself, and only with that person, because that's how relationships get torn apart all the time. Because people not minding their business. This could be something that's happening right now. People want to tell you all the reasons why it can't work, or I go through it all the time. I don't even say anything, and I have people, just saying things, and I'm just like, okay, like I don't even talk to you about anything like that because I know better. But it's like finding out later. Check this. Finding out like a week later, they're coming to me to do a reading for them about their relationship because they're questioning their relationship. And they have a soulmate, but they're in a relationship because they have never forgotten or, can get this person off of their energy, even though it's been, say, 5 years, 10 years, but they've been in a relationship for a while and now they're questioning their own feelings. That's that new energy rolling in. And now it's like, I've been with this person for comfort, just to have like that attachment, but it never really felt like it did with that other person. So then they're projecting what? That has nothing to do with you. And that's what I came to terms with like over the past month is like, I would throw these hissy fits because I would be like, these people are like, and I care about them dearly, but I'm like, listen, you're rude. Like, why would you say those things to me, knowing circumstances and situations that unfolded regardless? Doesn't matter. But I'm like, you're rude. Like, that's just so rude. I would never call one of my friends and say anything like that to them, knowing how much, they could have been in pain in the past with the person or the circumstance and situation itself. Like, basically calling you and saying, yeah, well, you clearly mean nothing because they're out doing this, that, and the third. And if they gave two craps about you, well, they would be doing those things with you, not with this other person or whatever. And I'm just like, okay. Like, that's rude, right? Like, that's rude. Like, what? I don't care what they're doing. And you know what they're doing because I don't know why. Doesn't matter to me because I don't ask questions because I already know I'm past that. But why do people do that? Jealousy. They don't want to see you happy. They don't want to see you succeed. Why? Well, because past those freaking closed doors in their relationship or life, that's what the projection is. So you have to ask yourself, why are they saying things to me? Why are they getting involved if you're not saying anything? And maybe what's going on in their life that they're projecting that. Because, and I'm not even trying to say this to be like segregating people, but like empaths, no, and I have a lot of people here, that watch this channel that are or have other abilities, and we get targeted because they don't understand how we do the things that we do. And they don't understand our feelings because we can appear on a surface level to not be affected. Complete freaking opposite. I think we're affected sometimes the most because we feel so much, right? And people who don't, everybody has abilities, they just have been covered in shit, honestly. So it's like they don't get what you do and they don't get how you do it, but they always look for your help and compassion and things of that nature. But then backhandedly, because they are miserable about their life, don't understand how you do the things you do, then want to make you feel on that level, right? So the energies this week are intense, like I said before, but they're a good energy. And now's the time to understand how you're separating, understanding yourself on a deeper level, especially when it comes to others, because they don't run your life. They don't. They don't control your feelings. They don't run your life. It's a projection screen. That's it. And you're in control of what film you're rolling. Get it? You're rolling your own film. So what are you putting out that's coming back? And even if you aren't, you have to understand, you're also a screen. When they're projecting their film, and it's not a story that you want to live in, or it's not whatever, you can't allow that to make you feel any sort of way, because if it's triggering something that doesn't feel good, then in fact, that's your feeling that you're still carrying around with you. Get rid of it. It doesn't serve you, right? Because that's how the blame game goes, around and around and around. It's like, listen, you have to stand up for yourself, so to speak. Take responsibility for your actions or how you feel regardless, and own it. That's the energy. It's like, I was never been beneath me to apologize. It's never been beneath me to admit when I was wrong, or if I said something I didn't mean to say. I was always apologizing, but nobody was apologizing to me. It was almost like a false sense of entitlement. Like, I get triggered, and it's clearly a clear exchange here, but then I would apologize because I honestly felt bad, but I was apologizing because I felt like I should apologize, because I don't want to be arguing or projecting back and forth with a person, but then I didn't get the same respect. So it's like, you really just have to question people's true integrity and not adopt how they treat you, because it's how they feel about themselves. If they act, cowardice or false sense of entitlement, or, just feel as if they don't have to apologize, and it's, why is it all my fault type of deal, or why is it all me? It's like, it's clearly half and half, but when you're saying something to someone and they say that back to you, it's almost like, I didn't even say that, or that's not what I'm getting at. But that person clearly is taking all the blame on themselves and questioning you on why it's all their fault. That's how that goes, because there's a deeper message behind what people say. You have to decipher energies. You have to decipher energies through the way in which things are said to you, because we are taking those words and making it like, oh, so because you believe that I'm saying it's all your fault, now it's all mine. It's not what, no. That's how they feel. They feel like this is all my fault. And I'm going to project that back on you because I don't want to admit that I was wrong, or I don't want to admit the truth because of whatever. It's always fear. Fear of what? That's different for each individual. So I was guided to say that. I don't know. I told you I just talk when I'm being, I don't know. It's not like I'm being told to. It's just, it comes out. That's what it is, okay? It's going to hit someone that needs help. That's what this is. That's what happens, okay? It's just like plugged in, talking, hit somebody. Okay, very soon, decisions are being made, right? Keeping other people out of your business. Seriously, it's nobody else's business. And then they question, people who are actually in relationships and they have this like real connection. And then people want to, try to tear that apart. Because I told you, they see auras, absolutely. When two people are like happy and having a really good time together, and you know this, it's like nobody else exists. It is. It's like nobody else is around. That's what people don't like because they don't get it. So it's like making a clear-cut decision here. Stop fearing, doubting your own feelings, and stop including or allowing other people to get involved in your relationships. Say, it's none of your business. Or, thank you for your input, but I mean, you don't really know what's going on with my feelings and theirs and whatever. You know what I mean? Don't do it in a backhanded asshole way, but you have to, like I said, own yourself. You have to own it. Don't allow other people to walk all over you and make you feel as if your feelings aren't real. Because it's the realest thing here. And on both sides. It's now getting out of that other side, the negative feelings, and getting on, the right side of light and knowing that all of this has been an illusion. Love and pain are, in fact, not two of the same. They attach to each other based off of my beliefs. I'm changing my beliefs now because I know my feelings. They were real before. They're still real now. And the only thing that held me apart was my doubt and my fear and my false-based beliefs based off of others. Yes. So let's see what else comes out here for this week. Because you are, in fact, on a spiritual journey, right? Clearly deciding what path are you going to be on, right? Which one? Ego, spiritual. But guess what is included on the spiritual path? Abundance. A new pathway of no longer living on that egotistical mind-based belief path. Being able to take your interests, regardless of what it is, taking your experiences, taking your knowledge, wisdom, and putting it on a spiritual path. You have the ability to do that. I did it. You do. You just have to do it. Start taking steps forward. I know that it's hard, but it's because of other people's judgments. Who cares? Lead by example. They don't need to get it. And you don't have to explain it either. You're entitled to live your life in the way in which you want to. If you are interested in doing something, on a spiritual level and extending that out to others, helping others, that's what that's about. So it's like this goes hand in hand, but this also can indicate a decision that needs to be made soon because it's a split path. Your heart here, heart and soul here, ego here. So understanding that heart and soul brings this. This magnetizes this. But just staying on this egotistical path, you're going to be in major conflict. That's the truth. You will. Because you're not living your life based off of your heart and your soul. You're doing it for social standing. You're doing it for others to prove a point that you can be successful. Why wouldn't you follow your heart and do what makes you happy and prove success that way? Why? Because other people might say it's weird or something? Who cares? They're weird. Weird's a perception. It is, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it now? Because you're going to I'm gonna blow your mind on part 2 of that video, of the part 1 I put up. I'm gonna blow your mind because they know all about, I told you they know all about energies, and they flipped this spiritual, they know. They know all about it. That's why they manipulated your energies through your beliefs, frequencies. They know all about it. They worked with philosophers and astrologists, numerologists, all of that, card readers. Why do you think cartomancy was, abolished from the church? Because they use it for themselves, but in a backhanded way, not from a level of positivity. So they know all about astrology. They took all of that, paid these people in order to provide them information. They don't know about it in a sense that they can do it themselves. That's what needs to be understood. They hired people who were enlightened to provide them documentation and all of that, so that they could understand it from a knowledgeable level. But from a spiritual level, of course, they don't know anything about it. They just know it exists. They were holding it apart from us. Why? Because we're love and light. We're not held apart from, our gifts. Because why? Because we don't manipulate. We don't put people on a path that's going to lead them to danger or hurt them. We're here to help. That's why we can connect. That's something they cannot do, which is intimidating. So they had to go a malicious route, which is an agenda, right? And that's why it was separated. But is it real? Yeah, so real. Realest thing here. So, let's see what else. So making a decision here, deciding. One, first and foremost, you are in separation. But now, which path? Because this does not come out by chance. Deciding, picking the path, because it's going to feel like you're separating one from the other, but if you're enlightened, you know better, because your decision on this path is where your abundance and your career path lies, regardless. So, you're in separation, but are you choosing heart and soul over ego, or are you going to choose ego? Test the time. So let's see here. Understanding that it is safe for you to love, open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. And now's the time to disconnect yourself from the world around you. You need to get into a place of this. Disconnecting yourself from the world around you, meaning the chatter, just going within, going out in nature. Seriously, take your freaking shoes off and go walk in the grass. Go walk on the ground, depending on where you live. Nice out, of course. Don't go out in a thunderstorm. I don't recommend that. But, going outside, grounding yourself. As above, so below, right? But understanding, getting to this point, understanding you're safe to love. It's not scary. It's not. It only felt scary because there were all those false-based beliefs in why it couldn't work out and other people's opinions. Again, blah, blah, blah. That's all that is. This is necessary because a decision is approaching. It's been for a while now. But which side are you on? Which way are you going to go? That's up to you. That's your choice. That's the one thing you always do have is a choice. And you need to have trust and faith in the unfolding. Of course, always. At the bottom of the deck, you got make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're being guided to take. because you are in fact being given signs. If you're asking for signs in order to validate your connection with this other person, listen, they've been showing up and they're going to continue to show up. But by you doing that, you're questioning your own self. So that's why it's necessary to disconnect yourself from the world around you and go within and understand that you're being guided to take steps, which is why the signs don't stop. And they won't stop. They won't ever stop. But you're in separation from this person because there's a decision that needs to be made, right? Because your heart and soul sang with joy with this person. And you're being given signs leading you here to your passion, not only with the person, but what you're passionate about, in regards to a life path, right? And you need to understand that this inner youthful spirit of love, it did shine with this person. And this is what needs to be recaptured. Because the fears, the doubts, the decisions, and all of that were already made, it's now making a new way, right? Because, no coincidence whatsoever, because you do deserve love and you are lovable. And now there's a new path with the person who in fact stirred these romantic feelings. But a heart-to-heart conversation needs to take place in order to work on this partnership. And as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in the present moment. And the person who you are in connection with could in fact live at a distance. And this is a true love. This is a romance of a lifetime. And you could have in fact fallen to these lower level energies, drinking, things of that nature, codependent relationships, all of that, because you did lose your optimism. But now it's time for you to remain optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Getting out of the codependent energies, right? That's where this path in deciding which way you're going to go, that's that path right there, okay? So getting out of the codependency and remaining optimistic, because you do in fact want to bring this to a union, because you've already met the romantic partner you seek, and it is in fact your soulmate, and now's the time to keep an open mind about this person, because you are in fact freeing yourself and taking back control of your life. So you've been keeping an open mind about this person, and now's the time to free yourself. Stop questioning it. Stop allowing the lower level feelings to disillusion you from the way that you truly feel. Because you called this person into your life, and you need to love yourself first. That was the lesson. That's why you met. Because you didn't know how to love yourself first. You didn't. You only knew how to be in those codependent energies. And then when the disconnect happened, it was almost in a sense like you disillusioned your own self. Like it was like, that wasn't real, they just used me, things of that nature, right? No. You have to go back and understand the feelings that you felt in excitement with that other person. Those feelings were real. They are real. What caused the separation and the disconnection was the fears, the doubts, and the belief system that needs to be wiped clean, right? Yes. So, let's see what comes out here on the cartomancy path. I will, in fact, call out any signs, masculine and feminine, and, they are, in fact, energies. So, take with you what you understand and leave the rest for, whoever else may be connecting to the storyline, okay? So let's see here what comes out. Wishes and desires being met, right? What are you wishing? You can't make a wish and then sit there and do nothing. You can't. You have to take action. That's how you get your wishes and your desires, right? Regardless of what it is. Financial stability, right? Wishing and desiring for financial stability. Why? Because you want to move? Well, you need to gain your ambition in order to achieve this. This is travel also. This person you met could live at a distance. That's why you're worried about your financial stability in regards to this other person. That's why you're wishing for this financial stability, right? I have an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. in connection with the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Fire and water. Live at a distance from each other. Both facing in the same direction. Both wishing and desiring to do what? Be together. But there's worry around financial stability. But understanding financial stability lies here. But there's worry and there's anxiety. Because there were negative emotions with unfortunate events and fears blocking goals, worry and anxiety around the past, and this could involve a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and or Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You also have fire in your chart. And this indicates verbal communication, trip by car, verbal communication, laying foundations for future success. And this indicates a complete transitioning, a death and a rebirth, a brand new beginning, laying foundations with this person. But there's worry and anxiety around negativity from the past, right? And or, I'm getting another storyline here. There is a fire sign who could have in fact caused a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius to not be in communication with each other. And this could have been involving a child situation also, is what I'm picking up. And this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius person is a feminine energy who could, in fact, travel for business and projected gossip, something of that nature, and caused a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There's something going on here. There's a situation. I'm going to clarify first. This is something that was spiritually guided. This is being spiritually guided, this whole process here. But there's a specific story that's coming out here. Clarify this fire sign. Clarify this Queen of Clubs. Clarify the Queen of Clubs. Queen of Diamonds. This indicates feeling fenced in, sick and tired of an unhealthy situation. Okay, so there's an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, feminine energy that is also involving a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn feminine energy. These two caused this situation. There's something going on here. Clarify. Ooh. Yeah. Yep. What did I tell you? I knew it. They caused this separation. These two chatter jibber jabbers. Yeah. They caused something. This is specific. Okay. I don't know who this is connecting to. But there is a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And this Gemini could also have fire in their chart in the way in which the cards are laying. Okay. But understand that I read these cards like it's a book, okay? But I'm intuitive, so I see something going on. I'm just clarifying it because there's so many energies I'm picking up on right now. So understand, there is a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, and or these are people specifically, that caused the separation between a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And now it's indicating that breaking down our established mind thought patterns when it comes to relationships is what needs to happen, because there's a wall of worry and anxiety and there was an unfortunate event that happened between these two, and there could in fact be a child situation, and there was something involving financial stability, but these two people, they caused the separation. I just see malicious energies, and I can freaking feel them. And now it's like this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio was stabbed in the back. That's what it's showing me here. Yeah, there was communication. This could have been over a computer. These two could have been in communication, computer, text message, something of that nature. But what it's showing me here in the way in which the cards are lying, they stabbed these two in the back. And this is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. This, in fact, could be a controller of some sort of money within business. This is that finance and career path. And this is the spiritual path here. But now there's a need to break down our established mind thought patterns when it comes to relationships, because there is a situation here where two people and their feminine energies they stabbed, like that's what I'm seeing. And we got Sept to bring our storms and conflict, which is the Jack Spade, right behind Cancer's back, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio's back, and right behind the Air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius back. They were stabbed in the back by these energies here. This could be one person or multiple. I'm picking up at least two that were involved. That's it. Let your friends. Listen, I told you, when I talk, I just talk. Now it's all coming back to me, what I have been preaching in the beginning of the reading about friends talking. Yeah, look, I mean, it just hit me because I'm watching like an old movie play. That's what it looks like when I do these readings. I don't know who the people are. It's just like I can't explain. Again, I can't teach anybody this crap because, I can't teach anybody how to do this because it's not something that is teachable, so to speak. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Check this. Huh. I told you guys, we don't play games here, and nothing's a coincidence. Okay, especially just know. What just fell out on top of this whole situation? Third parties, deception, loss. This is third parties all day, but there is something that was done behind. I'm picking up this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius's back. This was not nice, okay? What I'm seeing, not nice. No. What I'm also picking up is that these people are probably no longer associated with either the air sign or the water sign or both, but they're not attached to the person anymore. The people. No. Because this indicates third parties. There was a developing love affair here between air and water. And fire and earth got involved. And now wanting to work this out, right? Wanting to work this out because we were in fact developing this. And this could be specifically with a Gemini, but this indicates needing to take a leap of faith. Brand new beginning here. Wanting to work this out. But this happened not by chance, but by design. Yes. Why do I know that? Because I can see it. Because this is a specific situation, but it can attach to multiple people. Because the in-between, and the way in which it unfolded, can be different for multiple people, but these energies, this is what's showing here. There was, in fact, worry and anxiety around travel. There was an unfortunate event that happened, and there was something involving financial stability, a child, and distance, but fire and an earth element, feminine specifically, got involved and caused these two to be facing away from each other. And this was spiritually guided in the way in which it's unfolding, because there's a need here to break down our established mind thought patterns when it comes to relationships, because there's a choice to be made here. Again, the romance angel cards are connecting directly to this. You got finances and career, and you got the spiritual journey. But the spiritual journey holds abundance, and the finances and career, the ego, that holds struggle. You're not following your heart on that path. That's why we got this breaking down our established mind thought patterns when it comes to relationships, because look, we don't have coincidences here, guys. This indicates taking a leap of faith, and this indicates by taking that leap of faith, you manifest yourself a brand new beginning. This also indicates the sign of Gemini. Yeah, I mean, back to back they come out. So it's like picking that path. Taking the leap of faith, you manifest yourself a brand new beginning. Transitioning is completing itself. And that's these weekly energies is what it's showing me here. That these energies are completing by that death card, by the ace of spades. That indicates brand new beginning. This indicates fickleness, changeability. Which way do I go? Again, on that path. Lack of focus. Yeah. But the path, it's showing here that leap of faith, you're manifesting yourself a brand new beginning. Your lack of focus is based off of the sense that there's this feeling of unrequited love, because you are in fact in lack of communication with the person you started a romance of the soul with. There also could be jealous. When this comes out like this, when they come out like this together, spade, and this is in my combination and how my mind works with these cards and just the way I intuit. This indicates a jealous, possessive energy. Again, jealous, possessive energies cause this to come apart. But it's not 100% known. It may be a feeling you or the other person has. One might know more than the other, but this jealous, possessive energy was due to the fact that there was a start of a romance of the soul here. It's in the upside down position, meaning it's not connected in 3D. On a soul level it is, but this indicates it started, but these jealous, possessive energies, people's energies, caused this start of the romance of the soul to not continue. Now it's choice time. Yeah, being truthful, fair, and honest with our feelings. This indicates that there was passion shared here, intimacy. You started a romance of the soul with someone that you shared a lot of passion with, and now it's time to show the truth. This indicates communication in order to resolve problems, moving to a new home, movement, communication. Because this indicates healing, steady improvements, happy surprises, and a second chance to redo this. Because it's like it started, but then it halted, and there was malicious energies that caused the separation. But these two feel the same way about each other. They have the same wishes and desires, but needed to go through transitioning. And this was something spiritually guided, like the spirit guides are guiding this path here. But understanding that financial stability lies, it's showing here, with this person who's at a distance. And your wishes and your desires are to go to that person. And it's showing that this air energy has transitioned. And their movement has already been forward, right? But there's deception here, and now it's showing here that communication is to happen in order to speak truth. And somebody could be planning something here. Others' wishes and desires affected this whole entire situation here. Now there's healing that needs to take place. Others' wishes and desires affected this because it was a karmic lesson. The karmic lesson is to stop allowing others to interfere in your feelings in regards to others. Because this is a deep soulmate connection. And it does show that it was rather painful for both. Yeah, others' wishes and desires affected this. This indicates as the movement is taken forward in order to resolve this, right? You complete this karmic cycle because you are facing your fears. You're not allowing others to interfere in your affairs with this person you have this soul connection with. So you complete the karmic cycle by making efforts and speaking truth, right? As you do that karmic cycle and proving that your beliefs, the old beliefs, are what caused the decision making and allowing others gossip and bullshit to interfere in your feelings, right? And your connection. Yet both have not stopped thinking about each other because it's impossible. It just is. Energy speaking wise, I don't care what you're seeing on the surface. It's impossible, okay? But as this karmic cycle completes itself by facing and taking that leap of faith, as you take the leap of faith, you manifest the new beginning. The others who affected your wishes are now shown that you are no longer allowing that. Your fresh, brand new beginning, wiping the slate clean, ascending to higher levels of commitment happens. And at the bottom of the deck, you have the feelings are mutual. There could be a home environment situation and or moving to a new home, but this indicates legal documents pertaining to the home. You could be waiting for legal documents, settlement papers, divorce papers, things of that nature. But the person in connection here, the feelings are mutual, and this indicates, you could be moving to a new home and that you're being guided to take steps forward. And as you do, your efforts are in fact rewarded because you are in fact on a spiritual journey, okay? This is indicating distance, spiritual journey. And this was something that is in fact by divine design. The feelings are mutual, and there will in fact be action and change in the social standing of this connection. Here's where your financial stability lies, but there needs to be a complete ending of the old ways, moving to a new home, ending karmic cycles, relationships, things of that nature, because you cut the person out of your life and the separation has caused a lot of pain, loneliness, and depression, both. But everything in which you desire with this person is on this path. But you have to end the past because you cut this person out of your life based off of past beliefs. And you're evaluating before taking action because you want victory. So there's a plan you're putting in place, and you're evaluating before taking action towards this person. You're also planning, using common sense, using good judgment. This indicates that somebody is heavily thinking about how they're going to make this happen. This is like a plan being put in place. This plan is being thought through because they want victory. That's why they're evaluating before taking the action, because they want this, but they're conjuring up a plan in order to do so, because they do in fact know that this person is their soulmate, and this is where the financial freedom lies. And the lack of progression in the serious setback here is due to the fact that you want a physical union, but you could in fact be waiting on a judgment, and or this is another person who could be involved that you're waiting for the judgment for, or this is just an authoritative figure, or this is just your energies that you could in fact be under, because you want to bring loving messages. This is Cupid, the bringer of loving messages. So you want a physical union, right? You're evaluating before taking action because you want this physical union. And this indicates also somebody of authority, but this is also a logical thinker. So this is someone, you know, that could just be under these energies, the masculine, because you want to bring loving messages to this person and you want to have a physical union with them. So you could in fact just be in a split energy right now where you're now planning, because this is common sense and good judgment, the plan, using a lot of logic in order to do this, because you in fact want to open up to this person and share how you truly feel about them. But there definitely was a third party deceptive energy that caused basically a backstabbing, but it was done to both, but separately, and the two have not spoken about this, and one may know the whole truth and one may not know anything. It's something really screwed up is what I see. Like terrible. I hate to say that, but it was what it was. It's not the what is now. The what is now is choose a path, you know, because it's available, especially under the energies now. It's always been available, but the energies now are intense. So it's like, and Virgo, you know, under Mercury and all of that, like communication in order to resolve the problems and move forward together, you know, it's a very positive energy, but the person who basically always did the shoving off or eliminated the person from their life, that's the person who needs to take the leap of faith. As they take that, follow in their heart and soul, follow in that path, that's the abundance. They can choose for themselves. If they choose not to, there's still that's just another karmic path you're taking. And because you're allowing others' wishes and desires to affect the decision to follow your heart and your soul. That's the way I see it. That's the way it came out. So hopefully it resonates with someone. I know that it will. You know, let me know. Comment below. You need me. Love from above, 717@gmail.com. If you did, in fact, order a reading with me, it should be through to you today. If you need one, send me an email, and we'll get that set up for you. All right. Love you. Bye.